Okay, so it's the 5 P's: pre-planning, produce, proud, performance. Okay, if you go to a theater and you see a really exciting show, that show is exciting because the cast, they took their time to plan for it. Okay, they didn't just collect each other in the front of the theater and let's say, hey, let's go in and see how well we're going to do today. You know, that's not going to work. So the same thing with your networking. Think it through. What is your goal? What are you coming to network for? You know, some people are coming to network to generate leads. Some are coming to network to have relationship. Some are, networking because they want more knowledge about certain product or services. You know, what is your goal? If you don't have a goal, then it doesn't really matter, okay? You know, so be very clear about your goal, your intention. Now, I don't want to be too funny here, but I remember back in the days, you know, I actually coached somebody to network because they were looking for a girlfriend. Some people were looking for a boyfriend. I mean, where else do you want to network if it's not among people that are like-minded like you, okay? So there's nothing wrong with that. It's if that's your goal, but be very clear with your goal. Okay, now that's number one. The number two is, oh, that's Antoinette. Antoinette is the one that asked the question. So she's here now. So the number two is this: don't come into this networking forum and try to sell people right away. That is disaster, okay? And here are 2 reasons for that. When you come to sell and the person don't buy, you are disappointed, okay? And if you come to sell, you're putting pressure on the person. Nobody like to be sold. Everybody like to buy, okay? If you look around you, you bought whatever you bought. Now, if someone was trying to sell you those things, it will not work. Human beings, we like to buy, we don't like to be sold. So if you keep those 2 things in mind, I think you can improve your networking. And by the way, don't forget to attend our networking 101, okay? That will definitely help you because then we have about an hour to really go into it. All right, Vaughn, next question.
Okay, next question comes from Andrew Thrasher. How can we be happier business people?
Okay, I guess this is also in my alley, okay? So yeah, here is the thing with happiness. And I know some of you think I'm very weird, okay? You know, that I'm happy all the time, right? Now, it didn't just happen overnight. Although I've always been a happy person, don't get me wrong. But I also focus on learning about happiness. So here is the deal. Each and every one of you here, you want to be good with your product and your service. You don't just say, oh, let me just take and don't learn anything about my product and I'll be good at it. That's not going to work, okay? Pallavi has a very cutting-edge product. Now, she didn't just wake up one day and say, okay, let me just slap something together and see if it's going to work. Or Bruce Howard, any of you here, you spend time learning your product so that what? You are good at it. So that's the same thing I'm going to challenge you. I want you to spend time learning about happiness so you can be good at it. Okay, happiness doesn't just happen. You know, if it does, everybody will be happy. The reason that most people, they don't spend time learning about happiness, that's why they go through the emotional roller coaster. Okay, so they are happy when things are good, and they are not happy when things are not good. And they just keep going, yo, 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 yo. I don't do that. Okay, you know, and if life throws me a curveball, guess what? I grab onto it and I take my time to study why did I get that curveball, okay? And if it's not useful to me, I throw it back to the world, all right? It's that simple. And so, but that comes with experience. So answer your question, first of all, I encourage you, go to attend my happiness as a skill session. But for right now, I would say you need to just make up your mind that you're going to be happy no matter what. That is like the very beginning. Once you make up your mind, then anything that challenges you, then you should be ready to deal with it. Now, it's not enough to just say happiness is a choice, okay? You know, I'm the chief happiness officer. I hear people say that to me all the time. And when you say that, you kind of say to people who are not happy that they did not choose to be happy. That's not true. It's totally not true. Because happiness can be very challenging, okay? You know, it can. But the good news is if you treat happiness as a skill, as opposed to happiness as an emotion, now you're on the right track, because now you can start to learn. So one thing I would say as a business person, find the part of your business that you are thankful for. What in your business is working? Start with that, because here's the way the brain works. If you focus on finding all the things that work in your business, that you are thankful for about your business, the way the brain works, and this is 2 billion cells that we all carry in our head, whatever you focus on will grow. So if you focus on what's working, guess what's going to happen? You start to attract more of the things that work. Unfortunately, most people focus on the thing that's not working in their business. And so they tend to attract more of the things that's not working. Vaughn, next question.
Okay. Next question comes from our member, Damian Lima. How will HNP market verified members in 2021 to groups outside of HNP?
Okay, so I'm going to start this, but I think this is more for Vaughn and Aaron, okay? So, but I'll just start very quickly that we are already doing that, okay? Because right now, March 20th, when we opened this to everybody, we didn't have no clue it was going to grow this fast, okay? So I can say right now, maybe about 10, 15% of all the people that come to our website are members, are the pay members, okay? So which means there are about 80% of people coming to our website are not paid members, and those people come, they patronize some of our members, okay? So it works in the sense that we are already doing that. And here is another thing we are very excited about. The beginning of the year, we were over 1 million. I think it was close to 2 million, in terms of ranking on Alexa.com, which is an Amazon company, okay? Now we are like 220,000 in the whole world, and we are about 25,000 in the US. Folks, that is so awesome, and I say thank you to all of you, but that means there are traffic coming to the website to patronize businesses. And now, Vaughn, I would like for you to add to that, or Aaron, who wants to go first?
Either way, sure, I'll go. Basically, I mean, what I do is I work with our members, obviously, and, we keep trying to, based off your guys' feedback, and, we agree completely, trying to find more and more ways for you guys to stand out from everyone else. So as far as, if you guys have noticed on the scripts, not even just the worldwide. So on the NorCal and the worldwide, we do the featured 5, but it's not even just the featured 5, because that's just 5 members, right? We also talk about, looking to find ways to support HNP members, whether it be, I always start off simple, go like their page, go, talk to them, set up one-on-ones, and then also if you guys have the decal on your screens, I tell people look for the decal and try to support them. So, stuff like that. And then just putting that script into every meeting. So now we have 40 weekly meetings. We're talking about supporting our members, finding ways to support them, and we'll get to 50. And then at some point we'll be at 250 meetings sometime next year, hopefully. And, we'll be talking about supporting our members, more and more each time. So that's another way. A lot of people that come to our meetings are not members, and we are telling them to go out of their way to support you guys. So that's one way we're doing it as well.
All right, awesome. Vaughn, you want to add to that?
Yeah, one thing I want to do is share my screen here. Can you all see my screen?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so this is Alexa.com, an Amazon company, and they basically track website performance and web traffic. So 90 days ago, we were at 589,000, about 589,000 most searched in the world. Now in the past 90 days, we're now at 220,000. And what's crazy is that 1 year ago this time, I think we weren't even at like 2 million. So in a matter of a year, we went from 2 million all the way to 220,000 because of the efforts that we've been putting in terms of the networking events, but also bringing more web traffic to the website. And also too, here you can see the US ranking. So I think at one point we're at 200, 300,000. Now we're in the top 25,000. So it's just going to get better every single week. And we have grown dramatically in the past 90 days here. So next year, when we add another, and by the way, if you are not, okay, so if you have not heard about this yet, Aaron kind of gave a sneak peek, but you definitely want to sit down to hear this because you might fall off your seat. We will be adding another 200 events next year. So we will be at 250 weekly events throughout the world. And imagine all those people going back to the website, patronizing our members as we open up those meetings. So that's just kind of what we've been up to in terms of bringing more traffic from outside areas. Back to you, Edwin.
All right. On that note, what's the next question? Oh, by the way, though, before you go, I just saw on the chat room, Wendy say, thank you, Aaron. From Wednesday Social Media 101, I joined a bunch of groups in my county and already got a lead that I believe will become a client right away. That happened. Yes, I knew I could, should do, but has been a to-do list. So good job. Thank you, Wendy, for sharing that. Wendy Mail.
Okay.
Next question.
Awesome. And by the way, if you have not joined that class, Aaron does it monthly. Aaron, you'll talk more about it a little bit later for you to be able to register. Next question is from Pallavi. Pande, Pallavi is in the house here. Can there be vendor bazaar event for verified businesses for their services and products during November and December for holiday gifts?
All right, cool. So this is what I would want to do with that one. Pallavi, if you can unmute your line and tell us a little bit more about what you had in mind.
Sure, thank you, Edwin. So this is more of a suggestion for our verified members here because everybody's paying and everybody has a goal. So I think I had this conversation with Aaron long back when I was becoming a member, and I was telling him I'm also part of a lot other groups, no comparison, but just something of value that can be added to the members here, that when you're part of something, and this was like all of us have something to offer here. For example, Katrina has her life app that she can offer. Eric has his technology services. Aaron has his social media guru tips. And then Angela writes landing pages or blog posts. So everybody has that something to offer. And I'm sorry if I didn't mention your names. I'm just going with the flow. And I have my products, for example. So let's say if we can, so instead of giving a call to action to the people, like you said, people don't like to be sold, they like to buy things. So let's say if we provide them with this vendor bazaar sort of a platform, it's everything is in front of them, that this is this person's services, this is this person's product, and this is just a first time. If you want to buy a Legacy Shield $25 premium for a friend and gift it to that person for Christmas, this is a way to try the products and what services our members are offering here. So if we can provide that sort of a platform where everything is combined and just put it out there instead of telling people to go to each member, find them, look at their service, please subscribe, please like, no, just give it to them, call to action that this is what it is, and let them see if they want to look at somebody's. Even looking is a big win because they're clicking and they are getting it themselves educated. So that is just an idea. We all can be in that platform and provide a sort of a vendor bazaar because Christmas is coming, Thanksgiving is coming, and that way people will know more about us.
Very much for that. So that's definitely a piece of information that we will take into advisement and see about, what we can do to bring that to reality. Okay, cool. Vaughn?
Can I just say something related to that, please? Another group that I'm in, thank you. Another group that I'm in is doing like shop, for this case, it would be Shop HNP. They're doing it on Instagram, and each vendor has one post a month, but for us, it may just be one post because of the numbers. And so people who want to support the Happy Neighborhood Project could go there and check out, and see a post, see a product or a picture or something, video, and a little description, and then click through to their website.
Fantastic. Now, I actually, I'm just thinking because Christmas is coming and I know people are going to do shopping and stuff like that. So we are definitely going to take that into advisement. And Judy and Pallavi, will probably be reaching out to you guys to get some more information on it. Okay. Vaughn, next question.
All right. Next question comes from Bob Grenchick. What would you say the best way to grow the Happy Neighborhood Project brand and Fort Worth or any respective area?
So I think that will probably be true anywhere, right? and I tell you, actually, I'll have Aaron kind of touch on this some more, because this is as a member relation, it does this already when it's onboarding. So Aaron, why don't you go for that? Okay, we can't hear you.
Just saw that. You would think I would be a pro now, but yeah. So to grow in the respective area, well, first off, it comes. Part of it is the networking. Is part of what we're doing. So basically, we start off by state, and then we break it down into smaller regions, more specific areas. So if you look at California, we start off with one. Now we have NorCal. We have NorCal, Bay Area, Silicon Valley, and then we had SoCal, but now we're going to be splitting that into, Los Angeles area and San Diego. New York, we just added another, was it upstate New York, something like that, I believe. Yeah, Arizona, we've added more. Texas, we've added a couple more. So we're breaking it down and making it closer and more regional, and eventually make it more like neighborhoods, right? More smaller areas. So that's one way we're doing it. The other way is really just the branding, using the stuff that was given to you, meaning using the decal and using it to your advantage, meaning having a part on your website explaining what it means to be a happy business, why someone should work with you, why that would impact them. I'm happy to work with any of you guys on this as well. But as far as or in your bio, on your email signature, on your LinkedIn intro, your certifications, I've seen people do that for certifications, verified happy business member, stuff like that, and that's going to continue to spread the brand, the word, and just going to start up conversation. And I can't think of a much more positive conversation to start up with someone than they asking you about Happy Neighborhood Project, and you explain that it's a place for people who believe in, good business values, treating people with respect, taking care of your employees, and, taking care of your customers. So those are a bunch of different ways of spreading the word. But as we get bigger and people notice our brand, you want to attach yourself to that brand too. So you want to have part of your, what website, the virtual background, anything to kind of show that you are a part of this. And again, that's going to help continue to spread the word, and just keep doing what you're doing, inviting friends to networking and stuff. People love the culture, and it continues to spread. So that's how I would answer that.
Yeah, and then also too, one thing I'll add to that, Bob, is we're already doing that to some extent in Texas. Like back in March and April, we had one event in Texas, and it was just called Texas, and then it became North Texas, Central Texas. I think we even have a West Texas, and then now we're adding South Texas next week. So, and then eventually, once we reach the specific areas, then we'll go into this metropolitan cities, right? Like Houston, Dallas, Austin, San Antonio. So that's our strategy, is to start with the state first, then go to regions of the state, and then eventually go into the metropolitan areas. Edwin, you're on mute.
Thank you very much. Now, again, like we said, we want to go through the questions that came in first, and once we're done with those, we're going to open up for everybody. We see some questions on the chat room, and then again, this is for you. So you're going to have chance. And of course, when you get to 55 minutes on the hour, we got to close also. But we have time to answer a lot of questions. Now, I'm looking at the pictures in front of me right now. And this is one area that I cannot overemphasize that you need to step in. If you're coming to network in the Happy Neighborhood Project environment, the least you can do is put the DECA in your background, okay? So if you look right now, there are a few of you that don't have a DECA in your background. So that is the first thing you want to do if you want to be branded. That is just the truth. I can't begin to tell you guys, there are folks who reach out to the office and say, oh, is so person a happy business, Now, I can tell you right now, they will not be asking that if they saw a proud HMP DECA in your background. So that's just one step. You can actually save somebody that's trying to do business with you. And some people might not even ask us. They might just say, oh, okay, there is no DECA, so maybe they are not a member of the Happy Business network. So you don't want that, okay? So, and if you need any help, please, if you like the DECA that's behind Aaron right now, we have those already standard DECA make, and we have a few versions of that. You can easily pop that into your background. And You can also put it on Gava or something like that. Maybe Aaron can help me out with this. There is a software you can put it on, and some of that software is free, and you can be able to put your company name on it. You can be able to put your logo on it. So that way, at least we've already done the hard work. We've given you a background that's really clean to add stuff to. All right. So Vaughn, any other question?
Oh yeah, we got some more questions. This one's from Bruce Howard. And there's a couple of questions here. How to leverage verified HNP status. Okay, so I think we covered a lot of how to leverage verified Happy Neighborhood Project status. How can you leverage Happy Neighborhood Project being a member, right? And I think we covered some of that right there, unless you want to add anything else, Aaron or Edwin.
Yeah, so again, here is one thing that I know, and I'm sure all of you will agree with this. People like to do business with people that they like, right? Okay, unless if you have a product where a person have absolute no choice, no other options, they have to do with you, okay? And I don't think there's many products like that, right? So if your product doesn't fall in that category, then for a person to do business with you and they are not just using you as a research and then go somewhere else to do business, it will be because they like you. Now, I learned long time ago that people make decisions based on emotion, and then they justify it based on logic, okay? Now, what is emotion? We already know that's happiness, okay? So if you lead with happiness, essentially you are leading with positive emotion. And so somebody is going to be like, you know what? I like this person, I'm happy to be around this person. I'm happy to refer business to this person. Nobody is going to refer business to somebody they don't like. It's just not going to work. They will just rather keep quiet. They'll pretend they don't know anybody in that business before they will refer to someone they don't like. So what you do as a member of Happy Neighborhood Project, start with happiness. And again, for someone that wrote a book on networking, if your conversation generator is happiness, guess what? People are going to hang with you a little bit longer. If your conversation starts with your product, they can't wait to leave you, okay? They want to just go, all right? So an advantage you have for being a member of Happy Neighborhood Project is you can lead with happiness. Come up with your favorite happiness quote. Find something in your community that's deal with happiness. Something like they can allow you to naturally start your conversation with happiness. And once you get the conversation going, and the person like you, guess what? They're going to say, what exactly do you do anyway? What is it that you really do, Or are you just spreading happiness? I can't tell you how many times when I was interviewing people on happiness, I will finish talking about happiness, and then I'm ready to leave. They say, whoa, where are you going? Wait. What do you do, And I'm telling you, when somebody asks you what you do, and they are really curious to find out, it's a lot more easy and a lot more fun than when you are the one throwing up all over them, okay? So yes, as a happy business, you can lead with happiness. And sometimes when you say, I am a member of Happy Neighborhood Project, they go, what is that, Then, hey, start a conversation right there. Don't panic. Trust me. It will get to a point where they will want to know exactly what you do. And I know that's what people are so scared of. If I start talking this happiness and they didn't end up asking me what I do, I may just lose a client. No, maybe they're not supposed to be your client anyway. Okay, let them go. But now those of you who are kind of nervous, after you talk about happiness and they didn't ask you what you do, then you might kind of prompt them, you kind of lead them. You might say, hey, you're probably wondering right now what I do, okay? Now, whether they are or not, they might say yes, and then you can still talk about what you do. But I'm telling you, if you focus on happiness, you're going to get more people asking you what you do than not.
Edwin, can I throw a suggestion I think would be absolutely genius for this topic?
Yeah, go ahead.
What if you went into the collab and looked at who the top performers were that were getting the most money and let them share what they've had success from actual members that have generated success from doing this, so they can share what they're doing that made them get a lot of business from the Happy Neighborhood Project?
That's a fantastic point. Aaron, can you like make a note of that, please? All right, cool. Thank you very much. That's awesome. That's something we will definitely do. All right. Okay, next question.
And still a question from Bruce. What's next for verified members are you working on right now?
Okay, Vaughn, I'll let you take that one.
Actually, Aaron, could you talk about the classes? I think you're working on a couple of classes, right?
Yep. So, guys, I've been working pretty hard on, trying to just come up with more ideas, more resources for members. That's why I've been kind of staying a little bit more away from the networking events as much as I can. So we've been launching a couple different things. Obviously, I just did my first social media 101 course. I got pretty good feedback on that as well. I know people enjoyed that, and I'm going to keep evolving and learning and sharing what I learn on that. We'll be eventually launching social media 201 as well, and just keep getting more and more advanced with it. Because again, one of the things I do is every time I do an onboarding meeting, I ask, what are the biggest challenges you're facing? What do you need the most help with? And we take all that info and we try to come up with things to help the whole community. So social media 101 is going to be a once a month class. So that's going to keep going on. We are going to be in the near future, we're launching a technology tools 101 course and a sales 101 course as well. I'm not going to be teaching all these classes. I'm not the expert in all these areas, but we do have people who are experts in these areas. So those are going to be member only courses as well. Now we are also doing something soon, which I think a lot of you guys would be interested in, is called Meet the Experts. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to have member taught classes for members only. Basically, what we'll do is we'll have our members, fill out an application to apply to teach a certain subject, because we want to make sure, of course, we want our members to get value, to be able to speak, but we also want people to get good value from listening to the experts. So, we're going to have you fill out form, just explain what you'll be talking about and why you think that's something that you are an expert on, and then we'll promote it. We'll help you promote it, and we'll get you in front of some members, and obviously record that as well and make that available to you. Another really cool thing I'm really excited about, and I'll put the link in the chat. One of the big requests I've been getting is more events exclusive for members, and so we are going to be launching Ask HNP and Power Networking this next month. So it's actually going to be November 17th from 3 to 4:30. I'm gonna put this in the chat, by the way, from 3 to 4:30 p.m. Pacific, 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be an hour and a half session. And again, that information is right in the chat. You can register right now. But basically the first part of it is just going to be getting your questions answered about business, about branding, about marketing, stuff like that. And we're gonna be able to provide value for you there. And then after we do that for about 40 minutes, we're going to go into power networking. And so this power networking is going to be different because it's not going to be the same like halftime shows and stuff. It's not about sales. It's not about your direct pitch. It's about building these relationships and building partnerships with people and referring business to each other. So that's really exciting for us. I hope to see all of you guys there, and eventually continue to segue into more and more member only activities. And then the first of the one thing we're putting off until the first of our until January, though, is really exciting, is for our pro and above members. So tier 2 and above members, we are going to be doing a business deep dive session once a month. And basically this deep dive session is going to be a 3-hour session. It's going to be with me, Fong, Edwin, and about 26 total members there. And what we're going to be doing is just really deep diving into all of our businesses, the marketing, the branding aspects of it, getting to know each other, doing power partnerships, getting content, and just getting coaching from Edwin, who has a lot of experience from coaching. So a lot of new things we're launching out. And in addition to that, if you guys don't know, I've made myself available for a lot of resources. So if you can see, I've made quite a few custom virtual backgrounds that are actually here right now that you can see on some of the screens. I can make custom virtual backgrounds for you guys. We do the member shout outs, but also I've made myself available for a social media audit and a networking audit. So if you haven't taken advantage of that, I would highly recommend it. Basically the social media 101 is general information. Just the idea behind social media and more vague that can apply to other people's businesses. The social media audit is something I make myself available just one-on-one time with you, and we look over your Facebook, your Instagram, your LinkedIn, whatever you want, and just figure out better ways to get more reach, to come up with content, ideas of posting, setting up your page, anything like that. So I'm going to put those links in the chat as well. I'll put my Calendly link in the chat. Please take advantage of these things. You're not going to be taking up my time. If anything, I'll just be disappointed if you don't take up my time, because this is what I'm dedicating myself to, is you guys. I enjoy it. I enjoy working with y'all. So take advantage of some of those things. And again, that's not it. We're constantly working on new ideas. And this is why this town hall, for example, gives us good ideas and more feedback.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the only thing that I would just add to that is deep dive, folks. I mean, in my past career, when I get people together in a deep dive session, they pay somewhere like $2,500 a month, okay, to be a part of it. So don't take that chance lightly, and that's also why we are making it available to the pro member or above. It's not available to the basic member, and Aaron can explain the difference to you guys. But it's something that when you come out of the deep dive, you are going to look at the people who were part of the deep dive very differently, okay? In terms of the relationship that's going to be built out of it, there are people that end up going to do joint venture out of a deep dive, and it's a very, very serious benefit. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question.
And then one thing I'll add too to the power networking, one thing that's different between from the regular networking that you all participate in, the free one, versus the power networking is we'll do our best to put you with other people that will easily refer you business, right? So a mortgage person and maybe a realtor, that would be a great match. What else? A chiropractor and insurance, right? Like personal injury insurance. We'd match those people up in the breakout rooms.
Health coach and health insurance,
Right. So we'll do it based off industry and match you with other members that will complement you two, and then that way you can refer each other business. So that's what's different in the power networking.
Well, okay. One more thing I want to add real quick. Please, if you have not yet, text the number on Fong's screen. Again, it's going to be just me, Fong, and Edwin reaching out on there. And again, what I'm doing is we're actually able to segment you guys off into members. So I can actually relay information to you guys about member upcoming events, even just advice on things. I can give you guys the rundown of, I really want to get creative with it and provide you guys value from the texting platform as well. So that's one more thing that we're going to continue to work on. Just please go ahead and text that number, and that way we can get you guys in the system and I can group you with the members.
All right, cool. So Vaughn, just for time management purpose, how many questions do we have left?
I have to run through it, but there's one more question from Bruce. If you can answer, this one's for you, and then I can come back and give you the number after I count it, okay? But the next question is, what's your biggest current challenge?
I love that. Okay. So folks, I'll tell you, by far the biggest challenge is bandwidth. Okay. Bandwidth. All right. And when we launched this March 20th, we had no clue this thing was going to grow this quickly. Okay. So I'm telling you, I am so proud of my team. Okay. Aaron, Vaughn, Osage, and Helen, and Steven, and there's no way. Sometimes I think they are magician, okay, in terms of how they're using their time, so yes, bandwidth is definitely it, and as this thing is growing, we're growing the people that's helping to make this happen. One of the things that we also learned very quickly as it started to grow, we know we have to use technology and know very well. So, Osage is our technology guy. He's trying to come up with creative ways that we can do things. So like one thing that's going to be coming up very soon, and I think this is really, really close. That's the only reason I'm going to talk about it. Otherwise I won't, is we're going to start to have a registration form, okay, that's going to be on our own site. Instead of when you come into the landing page and you have to go to register in Zoom, we want to make it, because when you can register on our own form, then we have a little bit of control. We can be able to make it easier and some of those things. So those are some of the technology things, that's in the work, and there's a laundry list of stuff that we are using technology to do. But no, by far the biggest challenge will be bandwidth, And so when you see Vaughn or you see Aaron, sometimes just be nice to them, just know that, they're pulling the rabbit out of the hat sometime, just to make certain things work. Yeah. I see.
Can I add something here? Yes, please, Edwin, if you can get this added. So whenever we're in breakout sessions, there is a way to have a clock, automatic clock for like 2 minutes. All the timekeeper needs to do is start that clock so that's visible to a lot of people, because I've noticed with the virtual backgrounds, people sometimes don't get to see things clearly. It's just very haphazard. It'll be more efficient. It'll save time and everybody will be able to see. So whenever the breakouts room happen, there should be a digital clock on the screen that the timekeeper can just begin. And that way it's just going to be easier, I think. And there's a way to do that. I think somebody from India mentioned it a long time back, and I was like, that is a very great suggestion.
Right. No, there is definitely a way to use time in Zoom, especially for the breakout room. One of the reasons we have not used the time for the breakout room is it kind of limits some kind of flexibility a little bit, so we're going to look into that to see how can we take advantage of it and how do we avoid the limitation. So good point. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And there are 4 questions from the registration, and then I think we have 2 from the chat room. So we'll go through the 4 from the registration first, and we have some time. We'll go to the ones in the chat room. So the next one on the registration.
So let me quickly say this, Vaughn, just for the spirit of those who are with us. So those 4 questions, are those people who asked them here?
I'd have to check.
It's good.
Okay. So just do a quick check, because if they are not here, I want to tackle some of the questions of the people that are here, and then we can go back to the question of those who are not here as we kind of wind up. Yeah.
Okay, from the 4, 3 of them are here.
Okay, then let's go. Let's continue.
Okay. So do you want me to go? And one of them is not here. So do you want me to go for it?
Let's deal with the people that are here, and then we'll reach the ones that are not here. Yeah.
All right. The next one's from Angela Doyle Jones. What is the best way to increase leads on HNP besides attending events? I attend 4 to 5 per week.
Okay, somehow I missed that question. I missed the beginning of it.
Okay. What is the best way to get leads besides attending networking events? Okay. She attends 4 to 5 a week, and she wants to figure out ways where she can increase her leads outside of the networking.
Gotcha. Okay. So I think one of the things as a member, if you look at in your back end, it has a list of all the businesses also that are in your neighborhood. If you log into your back end. So some of these businesses, they don't attend networking events. So if you are not able to log into your backend, please reach out to Aaron and we'll make sure that you're able to log in. But and that's something that we're going to continue to grow. We're looking for ways that we can expand that a little bit more. And some of the stuff we are working on that's kind of premature. So I don't want to talk about the premature stuff yet. But I think you guys are going to like what we are really working on, that will allow you to be able to get some leads without you attending event. But for now, if you log into your backend, you should be able to see all the happy businesses that is in your neighborhood. And most of them might not really be attending, because we already see it's only a small percentage of our members that actually attend this event. Yeah.
Yeah, and I would recommend finding a time with Aaron, because Aaron, especially doing a social media audit, just like he had where is Wendy here? Okay, I think she jumped off. But some of the advice that Aaron gave Wendy allowed Wendy to get a lead right after she had implemented some of those ideas. And she's a realtor, right? So one lead for her it means a lot, you know, $3,000 to $4,000, especially if it's a big house that she's selling or buying for someone. So I recommend finding that social media audit with Aaron, because a lot of the attention is on social media nowadays. And to my understanding, Angela, you're a copywriter. You can target businesses that are on social media and really show them the advantage of copywriting. you know, and using you as a copywriter for maybe their website or their content.
Cool. All right, next question.
Okay. Next one comes from Gerald Williams. How do you get people to your website to view and search for our services?
Okay. So I think we kind of addressed this question already, because number one, just the sheer volume of people who come to network, and every Friday and every Tuesday when Aaron encouraged people to look up the members when we do the member shout out, and people actually go. I know some of you, if people are not coming to your product, it might seem like nobody is coming, but I think there are people coming to the website to patronize a happy business. And so that's one way we're doing it. Aaron, if you want to touch on that, you know, I know we got about 13 minutes to go, so I'm trying to see, you know, this has been really good, folks. I think you can see why you want to send your question ahead of time when you register, but this is good.
What did you want me to touch on?
Eh?
What was that you wanted me to touch on exactly?
Yeah, so you know, if Yvonne, if you can just repeat the question for Aaron, and then I can tell the area I want him to talk.
Sure. What are the benefits? Oh, wait, nope, that's the next question. Oops. The question comes from Gerald Williams, and he's asking, how do we get people to your website to view and search our services?
Right. So yeah, I want you to talk about the member benefits when you give a shout out.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, part of it, again, I do the shout out, you know, get people to come to the link on your page that you have. But I would say, you know, when we do those shout outs, you know, in the social media shout out and stuff, I would share that to a bunch of different places. The more you share it, the more reach it's going to get, the more people are going to click on that link. You know, you could share it into Facebook groups as well. And so that would be one way. The other thing is getting more and more people to search it. That's what we're working on. You know, we're driving traffic to our website. The traffic is going through the roof right now. What we're working on is on the back end, on the programming, is again to get more people to go ahead and click on. So, again, we are currently working on that. But Gerald, I'm also happy to work with you specifically on, you know, I think I can help a little bit on social media as well. Get some more people just to use your services, because I like your website a lot. I like the information you have. I think I can work with you to help you out. So in the meantime,
but I think this is I think a related question. It's Kenneth Wright, which is a lot of people are visiting the Happy Neighborhood Project website. The question is are we tracking whether they're actually looking for businesses, or are they just going to the networking place?
I think it's a combination of both. You know,
well, the way we can track, Edwin, can we track that? Can we track that? Can we track it though?
Yes, we do. We have Google Analytics. Yeah.
All right, then can you tell us what the difference is? What percentage are going for the networking? What percentage are visiting businesses?
Sure. I mean, that's something we can look at. I'm not sure we can put that out right now. So, but that's something we can definitely share. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome.
Next question.
Okay. Next question. Oh, and then one more thing, Gerald. In the beginning of the meeting, we talked about, I think you were not on yet when we were talking about it, but we're talking about the Alexa ranking and how our traffic has grown, you know, in the past year. So I shared my screen and showed everybody. If you go back to the recording, you'll be able to see it as well.
No, I was on for that. That wasn't the question. Really was.
Oh no, that wasn't for you, Kenneth. That was for Gerald.
Sorry.
Yeah,
okay,
Gerald
sorry,
wasn't on. Yeah, that's all good, man. You know I love you, right, Kenneth? Okay. So next one comes from Erica.
Avant, you know. Okay, cool.
Erica Slater asks, "What are the benefits of being a member rather than just coming to the networking events?"
Well, Aaron, you want to, tackle that?
Aaron, you're on mute.
You got to unmute first.
See that? Sorry, I'm in a public place. So, again, it's all these things that we, we provided with the, as far as anyone that's met with me, I think with the social media audit or anything like that, networking audits, I think they'll tell you they got pretty good value out of it. So I would encourage you to take advantage of some of those things. That's part of the way that I can help. And then again, it's just again using the decal as a way to stand out. These additional classes we're doing, the additional, and what we're really going towards now with the Ask HMP, and building off of that is more member exclusive events and more member exclusive networking opportunities. So that's going to be pretty much everything we're working on now. Of course, the additional locations are going to bring more and more people to the network, drive more and more people to our website. But everything we're working on right now is aimed towards our members. I think Fong and Edwin could tell you, I think we've probably met for like 15 hours total over the last 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks, just about members and how we can continue to try to, bring more value to you guys as well. So I would just say, take advantage of some of the stuff we have going on right now. Work with me, I can work with you, and I definitely know I can be a resource for you. So that's what I would say.
Yeah. The only thing I would just add to that is I used to do classes for the Chamber of Commerce when my book first came out, because they have problem with people join and then they don't renew their membership and stuff like that. And one thing that I always share with members is you're going to get as much out of this as much as you really get engaged with the people. We will continue to do our part to increase the value to the members, but I'll tell you, the more you use us, I'm not saying negatively, but the more you use us, the more you are going to get out of it. So, if you are not sure about how that works, please reach out to Aaron and he will go through some stuff with you that will help you. And the more you use the decal, the more you just show up, the more you use the website. Just so we don't run out of time, I'm looking at 53 minutes here, but there's something that Joseph did ask in the chat room when I glanced at it, is how do members really do business with members, okay? Because that's where it kind of really starts. There are 3 levels of relationship that we have in this platform, okay? There are members to members, and then there are those who attend our online networking to members, and then there's general consumer on the outside to members, okay? Those are the 3 levels of relationship. And you guys will agree with me that members to members would actually be the highest level of relationship. When you join Chamber of Commerce, they really push the member to member. So if you're just conscious of it, if you're looking for life insurance and you say, hey, you know what, I have, this directory of happy business. Let me take a look at it first before I go look for somewhere else. If I'm looking, to use the Mary Kay product, let me look at the Happy Business Network first. If it's technology, let me check, if I'm looking for a relationship coach or a dating coach, let me check first. Folks, you have to understand, yes, we are all humans. That's why I said earlier on, nobody wants to be sold, but everybody buy. So if you're looking at having some very unique, way of serving food to your guests, then look at what Pallavi does. So if you become increasingly more conscious of just think about Happy Neighborhood Project first, think about a happy business first, and I think we can really start to benefit each other. And then from that member to member, then it takes us to member to the rest of the people who come to network with us. And then from there, it goes to the general consumer, because then they start hearing and seeing stuff about us. Okay.
Okay. And I think we can fit in one last question right here. How can we better promote the HMP directory? That's from Bill.
Okay, now thank you very much, Bill. I like that. So here is the role. First of all, how many of you blog here? How many of you blog? Just a quick show of hand if you blog. Okay, I see. Okay, all right, cool, thank you. So one of the things that will also help us as far as search engine optimization is if you do blog, include Happy Neighborhood Project somewhere in your blog. And so that's a link that's going to come to the Happy Neighborhood Project website. So that would be very helpful. Okay, and if you know anybody that blog, encourage them to do the same thing. Bill, I'll get to you just one quick second, okay? So, and then word of mouth. And I know some of you are already doing word of mouth, just talking to people about Happy Neighborhood Project everywhere you go. Again, I go back to this. If you know someone that's looking for a service that's conducted by a member of the Happy Neighborhood Project, refer them with confidence, because that's what Happy Neighborhood Project is about. So if you know someone that is trying to date, then send them to Bill, or something like that. I think when we start to be conscious of really, truly thinking about Happy Neighborhood Project, we will start to increase the brand awareness. And there is no doubt in my mind, folks, we are already moving very fast in this direction. We are going to be a household name. There is no if, ands, or but about it. We are going to be a household name, and that's going to be to the huge benefit of all our members. Bill, I see your hand up before we.
Yes, I have. When you go to the website, your website, member directory is not on the website, or it's not on the homepage. It's not on any of the titles across the top. So we can't draw attention to it when someone just goes there. So maybe we need to add a link to the member directory so that anyone who goes to the website can go and look at the member directory and see who is a member of the Happy Neighborhood Project.
The whole platform is a directory.
Yeah, but
the whole platform.
But you're not giving people, when people go there and they see something that says member directory, they're liable to click on that just to see who members are, and they'd be able to find your members. If you bury it somewhere in the website, then people are not going to find it.
No, I get you, Bill. No, the only people that you find in the website are the members. That no non-member in the web. So when somebody come, just like when you go to Yelp, you don't go to Yelp and see member directory. You go to Yelp to say, I'm looking for this, and then you type in what you're looking for.
But you didn't hear, I want to see it on the website, but I have someone at my front door. I don't know who it is. I'll be back, but think about that. Just add it to the homepage of the website.
Okay, so I guess, this is like really semantic here. When you go to our website, the first thing you see is the button to find. That is like really there. So when you're looking for anything, you enter the name of what you're looking for. It's going to bring our members to you. So it's not like we have a section for members and a section for non-members. Everybody that's on our website is only the members that are on our website. So for example, let's see, let me do a screen share very quickly. I know that he stepped out, but now, Vaughn, are you able to share our website real quickly?
But Edwin, I think his point is you should be able to differentiate members versus non-members, make them highlighted, or provide a link.
We don't have non-members on our website.
I mean, non-members means, let's forget them. People who are paying and who are people who are the members, give them a platform where they can grab everybody's attention, either if it's a link or whatever it is. So again, my point, instead of waiting for them to click on our websites, we should just provide them a platform where it's all the verified members together and they can just see us right there.
Okay, so
The search-
Vaughn, can you bring the website, or Aaron, are you able to share? Oh, wait a second, Vaughn had to take off because Hawaii is starting. I get that. Okay,
I can share
hold on
it.
just 1 second.
I have it pulled
I
up.
think this is a good question because I think it's going to help us a lot. Let me see.
I think that maybe what people are saying is that it's not clear to non-members. There's a couple things not clear to non-paid members what the benefits are. It seems as though this is all about networking, which is awesome and great, but not all about networking. And so a lot of people have come and sign up, and that's it.
Differentiating now. Can you guys see my site? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you come here, this is the screen. I'm going to close this out. Find happy businesses in your neighborhood without reading reviews. The only things you are going to find here are the paid members. You're not going to see any non-paid member here. So that's the whole thing. The whole platform is only about the verified happy business. So if I put in here, like I'm looking for a relationship coach, so it goes in here. Let's see.
Some of the wording and the keywords needs to be fixed on there, because if someone's looking for wine, they won't find it. If they're looking for a winery, they'll find it.
Okay, so yes, then we can work on the keyword, but when they come here, the whole website, that's the point I'm trying to make, is the whole website is about only the paid members we don't have any non-paying members on the site.
Right.
So that's the point that I'm trying to make here.
We're working on that.
It's not like we are trying to differentiate between the people who are paying or the people who are not paying. There is no. The only people that you will see on the site are the people that are paid. So if I come in here to find a relationship coach, it's only the paid people you will see. If I come in, whatever category I'm looking for, it's only the paying people that you will see. So I know that we see a lot of people who come to network with us, and so it's kind of hard to differentiate. That's the direction that we are moving now. That's why we make this town hall only for paid members, so we can start to differentiate, because at one time it really was difficult because of the networking activity. Anybody that is coming to the networking session that's not a paid person, you're not going to see their information on this website. So that's just one thing I want to make clear. Now, if your keyword is not clear, then talk with Aaron, and then we can be able to make adjustment to making sure your keyword is clear. But I can tell you right now, if I'm looking for a life insurance person, and I just come in here, I start typing life insurance show up, I click, it bring a life insurance person. So if you go to our website and you think your category doesn't come out easy, let us know, and then we'll work on that.
Actually, I noticed just now that my category was not in there, and I think I'm the only person in it. Copywriter.
Category.
Copywriter.
There's copywriter.
Okay, sorry, I didn't see it.
Okay, yeah. So now remember this, guys. The people that are looking don't need to know your company name. They just need to know what they are looking for, okay? So if they come to the site and they type in what they are looking for and they click search, you're going to come out if you're in that category. So what you need to do is go to our website and pretend that you are a customer that don't know about you, and then see if you can find you. If you cannot find you easily, then let us know. All right, so folks, I think we're down to the time here, and I hope this was beneficial to you guys. We're going to do this once a month, and hopefully we get new questions every single month, and then we get more people attending. This is the only way we can grow. So I want to say thank you so very much, guys. We appreciate you, and we're going to continue to grow. If there's any question that you have that we have not covered, don't hesitate to send it in for us. We will still look at it. Just because we did not address it now doesn't mean we will not look at it. You can send the question to support@hnpabc.com. So that's support@hnpabc.com. So that's H for Harry, N for Nancy, P for Paul, abc.com. On that note, I say thank you, guys. Stay safe and stay happy.
Thank you, Edwin.
Have a nice weekend. Thanks.
Bye-bye now.
Thank you.
You.
Ooh, I'll get that one.